So if we design our pages for websites, modifying the text and where the nav's located, that part's really easy, but what about our images? So in this video and the next video, we'll look at ways that we can make our images respond to the size of the browser. In this case, we're going to work with Casita Sedona, and this is HP 7-8, so you can go ahead and open that in the browser, or open that in code, and then open in the browser. So notice this is what it looks like as a normal sized web page. This picture is floating outside of our wrapper, and then this banner image is not really going all the way over like we want it to. If we start to resize, this already has a media query, so you notice our nav did change just a little bit. And then if we go all the way down to what would be a cell phone size, it changes even more. But there's still some issues with this picture. We've still got some issues we need to fix. So let's look at how we can fix those. When you get the page open in code, and I'm on page 338 if you want to follow along in the book. In the H1 section, just the H1 by itself, we're going to remove this specific height. We're going to change the font size to 300%. And we'll add a little bit of padding here. So padding 5% and then 0. So that's going to be 5 for the top and the bottom, and then 0 for the left and the right. Okay, and then on the header, so find our, oh, there's our header. We're going to do background size cover. And this header is that that image at the top, and that way it's going to remain covering up that container no matter the size of the browser window. And then before our media queries, so right after the footer, I'm going to add a rule for the image. So IMG, and that's going to be the picture that's on the right side. We're going to set the max width to 100%. And we're going to set the height to auto. Okay, so let's refresh and look in the browser. And now did you see how that image now is taking up this whole header space? And this would be what our site appears like in a small device. And then now we see a medium-sized device. And this image is small but appears where we want it to appear. And then as we make this window larger, that image is also becoming larger in proportion to our window size. And even larger still if I pulled it off the screen. But basically everything is resizing properly. I don't like how grainy this is, but we're using an older textbook, so that's probably the reason why. Okay, the next video we're going to continue looking at different ways to make our images responsive.